Okay, we're good. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. To those of you who have been here with me, you know that today is day 5 of my 30-day 10K month challenge. And so let me look at you here on the screen and say thank you for coming back. Thank you for being here if this is your first time here. And let me come over here and say thank you for coming back. And thank you for being here if this is your first time being here to my 30-day 10K challenge. And so listen, if you are here today and if you came back, I want you to put day 1 if you've been here since day 1 in the chat. Put day 2 if you've been here since the second day. Put day 3 if you jumped in on day 3. Put day 4 if you jumped in yesterday on day 4. And put 5 if you jumped in today. And I welcome all of you, no matter when you decided to lock in. And like I've been saying, you deciding to show up lets me know how serious you are about what you're building. You're showing up with consistency. And that tells me that you're not playing with your next level. Not at all. You're not playing with it. And I'm so excited for you. So I want you to go ahead and drop the fire emoji in the chat box if you're ready for clarity today. Let me see your fire emojis if you are ready for clarity today. And just to let you know, today's theme, it's going to be based on your 2026 revenue wheel. And our scripture reference, if you've been here, you know I'm always giving a scripture reference. It's Habakkuk 2:2. Write the vision and make it plain. All right. So listen, I hope y'all have your notepads. If you upgraded to VIP, you get the replay. So you are in good shape and you'll be able to go back and watch this at your leisure, really dissect it, really, engulf it, really understand it and ruminate over it. So some of you are new here. So let me let you know. My name is Dr. Tiffany R. Harris, the mindset architect for limitless success. I help women, business owners, entrepreneurs, speakers, professionals, and authors build consistent income, strengthen their mindset, and create God-led results with strategy, stewardship, and structure, right? And so for purposes of this 30-day challenge, that just kind of sums up real quick who I am and what I do. And you can always go to my website, tiffanyharris.net, to find out more information about me. I have spoken on stage for the past 10 years, for the past decade, on stage in over 40 different countries. And at the core of my messaging is always mindset. So much so that I went ahead and I created a mindset framework that has been turned into a book for students, teachers, early child care educators, which then I developed an 8-week curriculum. So just a little background about me. My core belief is that when you shift your mindset, there will be a shift in the trajectory of your life. And everything that I have done has been rooted and grounded in the word. And so if you're new here, that's why you always want to get the word, that it works. And so people have asked me, how have I been able to be able to get contracts and committed to going back to schools repeatedly to speak? And it's because of the work that I put in. It's because of the mindset that I have. People will ask, how have you been able to help multiple speakers to refine their message, speak with clarity, get on stage for the first time in front of 100 individuals? It's because of these principles that I'm sharing with you today. It's because of Habakkuk 2:2, where I wrote the vision and I made it plain. And so I'm giving you my blueprint, my strategy, my roadmap in hopes that it helps you as well. All right. So we've already talked about, just that fast already, what the founding scripture is for today. And here's the part that people skip with Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision and make it plain. Here's what they skip. And before we even do that, I want you to be fully committed right now and put in the chat or write in your notes, I will write the vision and make it plain. I need you to do that. Yeah. Because here's the part that people skip. God did not say write the vision and keep it in your head. That's not what he said. That's not his instruction, right? And if you were here yesterday, you heard me talk about these scriptures. It's business instruction for you. It's not, yeah, it's not nothing spiritual. It's not spiritual encouragement. It is your business instruction. So God did not say write the vision and keep it in your head. He said write it and make it plain. And what does that mean? It means you're going to make it clear. You're going to make it structured. You're going to make it visible. You're going to make it organized. And you're going to make it executable. Yeah. And so your vision is spiritual, structure is strategic. Which one do you think that you need? I'm going to say that again. Vision is spiritual, structure is strategic. Which one do you think you need? You need both. You need both. And so the 2026, I'm not going to say your 2026 revenue wheel is it's your money map. It's your revenue blueprint. It's your income clarity tool. It's your consistency framework. It's your strategy organizer. It's your capacity builder. And this is going to be important for you because a lot of you are inconsistent. You're stalling. And these are two things that we talked about yesterday because you don't have a roadmap, because you don't have a capacity builder, because you're not organized, because you're not clear and you don't have a tool to help you get clear and to help you get organized. And that is what your 2026 revenue wheel is going to do, right? And so one of the reasons why most women fail in business is because they don't have a revenue wheel. They don't have a blueprint. They don't have a system in place. They don't have something that is going to help them stay focused with the work that is in alignment with their goals, with their ideas, right? And so let me just share with you some other reasons why women struggle with consistency. And let me just say this, it isn't just for women. I know there's men here as well, right? So why women and men struggle with consistency, because you have too many ideas and not enough structure. So your mind is kind of like, you just, and you sometimes you feel like you want to pull your hair out, right? And you might be like, you might have moments like that. Have you ever had like, have you ever had those moments? Yeah. It's because you have so many ideas, and while they may be great ideas, you just don't have a place for them to land and live, right? Your revenue wheel is going to help you with that. So most men and women, they fail because they have too many offers and no alignment. Yesterday, I told you about highlighting those words that keep coming up: consistency, discipline, stewardship, alignment. We talked about that yesterday. Alignment. So some of you are just doing any and everything, and it's not connected to what God told you to do. It's not connected to your passion. That's going to be important. There's no connection. It's just a money grab for you. And it shouldn't be that way. It should be a people grab. It should be an impact grab. It should be a transformation grab, right? And then everything else will follow. So you're baking cakes, you're selling books, you're selling shoes, you're fixing cars, you're doing hair, and you're just all over the place, right? And so you're making offers for everything, but there's no real alignment. So another reason why most men and women fail without this revenue wheel is because they're trying to build everything at once. So now you may have everything that's in alignment. You may be a speaker. And from being a speaker, you're also coaching other individuals, the dynamics of speaking like I do. So I'll use myself, for example, right? So I'm a public speaker. I've been speaking on stage for a decade. I told you this in the beginning. And so now I coach other individuals, the sciences and techniques of speaking. I coach them on how to build their message, how to connect with their audience, how to brand themselves and their message, right? So this is all in alignment. I've created a workshop. I have a masterclass. I've created a guide for speakers. Right? And it's all, again, talking about alignment rooted in mindset. So I need you all to get focused and not try to build everything at once and be in alignment. There's a place and a time for everything. And this, I keep saying this, your revenue will, it don't think of it as revenue in the will of services or products that you have to get out there in the next 6 months, the next year, right? Be realistic and give yourself grace and plan this out for 3 to 5 years. This is your 3 to 5 year plan. This is your 2 to 3 year plan, not your 3 to 6 month plan. And when you do that, you have random launching with no system. And that's another reason why most men and women fail. Oh, this sounds good today. Oh, I saw somebody do this. Let me try to do this. Let me put something together real quick. No, we don't want real quick. We want long term, right? Put that, write that in your notes. Long term revenue, long term transformation, long term growth, long term increase, long term impact. And so I don't want you to make emotion-based decisions instead of strategy. And when I say emotion-based decision, I'm going to give you an example. So Black Friday was last week, and I have a women's community. For those of you who know me, you know, When Women Empower, we are the #1 God-led and faith-based international women's community. And I'm always pushing the ladies in my community to do more because they were created for more. So I was putting together my Black Friday and Cyber Monday offers. Right? We talked about that. And I reached out to them and I said, hey, what is your Cyber Monday or Black Friday offer? And some of them said, well, you know, that's a that's a good question. I hadn't thought about it. I haven't put anything together. But you know what? I'm going to plan and put this on my revenue wheel for Q4 of 2026. Right? Now, some of the ladies I spoke to, they could have been made emotion-based decisions and said, you know what? Let me put this together real quick. So here we go, random launching. So now she has a vision, she has a plan for Q4 2026, as opposed to trying to put something in 2 days for Q4 2025 for Black Friday, because she did not make a decision based off of emotion, of feeling left out, of feeling like she's missing out on money, feeling like she's missing out on clients, feeling guilty for not having an offer in place. She used the opportunity here, we talked about this yesterday, to learn how to plan and put a system together for that type of launch or that type of offer. Okay. And so another reason why most men and women fail is because they're doing everything, but they're producing nothing. Right. And this is what happens when you compare yourself to other people. You have a tendency to feel like you're behind schedule. When you're actually right on time. You're on God's schedule, not their schedule. You're on God's timing, not their timing. So you're right where you need to be. And again, if I go back to the question that I asked you all yesterday or even on day one, do you have the systems in place to handle the more, right? More responsibility, more visibility, more clients, more contracts, more stages. Do you have the systems in place? So a revenue will eliminate all of that. Your revenue needs order. Your income needs direction, and your business needs a will, not chaos. Right. So I just want to go a little bit further into the revenue wheel and just kind of talk to you about what that looks like. And when you come to the Women Who Multiply experience in April of 2026, we will dive even deeper. But essentially, I want you to think about your offers, your products, your service, okay? And just draw a circle and put that on the wheel. Because we talked about Habakkuk 2 and 2, write the vision and make it plain. Don't keep it up here. I'm a visual person all day long. So I need you to get it out of your head and put it on paper, even if you're just thinking about it, even if it's not something that has fully come into play yet, even if it's something that's not fully produced yet, if it's something that you're thinking about, I want you to put it on your revenue wheel. You're just going to draw a circle. 6 things, 8 things. What is it? So on my revenue wheel, I have speaking, coaching, workshops, right? Books. What is on clothing, a clothing line? What is on your revenue wheel? I really need you to think about this and build, and I can keep going on and on and on. A curriculum. So I need you to think about what it is for you and put it down. And then I want you to prioritize it or order it, right? And so what is your core offer of those things that you put down? What is your core offer? Is it your masterclass? Is it your retreat? Is it your annual conferences? What is your core offer? What is the main transformation that individuals will experience from this core offer? And then as you are organizing your revenue wheel, I want you to think about which one of those things you would consider as your secondary offer, your mid-level offer. So this is an offer that can support your clients before or after your core offer. And the beautiful thing about this revenue wheel is that there is a place for the place that people are in who you are called to. Right. And so I'll give you an example. So for me and my revenue wheel, I have a membership community. Right. I know from my membership community, that will be my entry level, right? So they call that your entry pathway. And then from my membership, which is also recurring revenue, women have gone to different places on my revenue wheel. So from my membership community, which is recurring revenue, they have invested in going to my masterclass. That's part of my flagship program called Shift Your Mindset and Speak Speaker Academy. From my Speaker Academy, they have invested in themselves to speak on stage at my annual conference, right? So I need you to think about this for you and for your revenue wheel and what it looks like for you. I want you to think about what is your premium high ticket offer? What is the deepest transformation with the highest success? And I need you to think about the importance of speaking and your visibility stream. Because again, if for all of this to work, for you to have a core offer, a secondary offer, entry offer, recurring revenue, which is your consistent stream, that's your membership, that's your subscriptions. This is how you stabilize your income. Then you have your premium high ticket offer. How are you going to get that out to other individuals? So you have to have a visibility stream. And so I need you to remember that your voice, your message, your story, it can be leveraged for revenue and reach. And this is just the beginning of how you can generate and have 10K months. And don't depend on a hustle. I'm trying to slow it down because I hope y'all getting this. When you are in alignment and you create predictable 10K months that don't depend on hustle, they don't depend on structure. And let me just tell you why this is biblical. So, this is not just strategy, this is stewardship. We talked about this, Habakkuk 2 and 2. Write it down. Luke 16 and 10, steward well. Proverbs 6 and 3, commit your plans. Genesis 1 and 28, multiply. We talked about this. James 2 and 17, execute. Romans 12 and 2, renew your mind. Then you have Deuteronomy 8 and 18. God gives you the power to get wealth. Your revenue will is your obedience on paper. And God cannot bless what you refuse to organize. It's not going to work. God cannot bless what you refuse to organize. And so let me just talk to you a little bit more about your revenue will and your capacity, right? And so, because here's the truth, your next level isn't waiting on more desire, it's waiting on more structure, your revenue will. If God gave you more clients right now, and I said this before, more opportunities, more visibility, more income, could you handle it? Now I'm gonna give you a minute to think about that. Hold on, I didn't click. 1 second. Okay. So I hope that you wrote that down. And so I want to give you your action steps for today. And so I need you to draw your 2026 revenue wheel. And based off of what we've gone through, I want you to go ahead and fill in your core offer, your mid-tier offer, your entry offer, your recurring revenue, and your premium offer. Right? And then also your speaking and visibility stream. And so if you don't have all six, that's okay, because throughout this challenge, we're going to build them. All right. So that is our day for today. Right. We have wrapped up. And so if you have not registered for the full challenge yet, I want you to go ahead and click the link in my bio so that you can register. And don't forget to share with somebody else. And I need you to get ready because, like I've been saying, you're going to have early access for the Women Who Multiply experience that's happening in April of 2026. And it's going to be opening soon. And I cannot stress enough, this is not a conference. It's a multiplication activation for women who are serious about elevating their faith, their business, their mindset, and leadership. And so if today gave you clarity, I want you to drop "my will is for me" in the comments, and I will see you tomorrow for day 6. And we're going to be talking about the power of stewardship. And our scripture reference is going to be Luke 16 and 10. And so I'm telling y'all, this one is going to shift how you see everything. So I will see y'all tomorrow.